documents were released today in a civil suit that were amended this morning, and it involves some serious allegations, including not only against Diddy, but against his son.
The feds are so deep and involved in this that Diddy just might be called up on that Tupac.
States working in tandem, and they did not tell the officers who they were raiding. They went in tactical as they were instructed to. They didn't know they was raiding Diddy's house. The higher ups didn't tell anybody because they knew, with Diddy being a Fed informant, that he had people in the force and they wanted to make sure that went through legit. So they ain't tell nobody whose houses they was going to.
What they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of sex trafficking. They're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be underage.
Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I once adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out.
The allegation that has everyone's jaws are dropping at the shocking allegation that body cam footage has surfaced and landed Diddy in hot water. Let's just say that the accusations concern his adoptive kid and aren't just small splashes. There are also a few extremely problematic things. Even though Diddy has always been well known, this could drastically change the trajectory of his life. I know you're itching to find out what's on that footage. Trust me, it's juicy, and we're going to spill all the tea. But first, let's analyze why these allegations are so important.
I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. Please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and to come inside and play with his kids.
That's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids. Charlize Theron, everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So just clarify it, because it's crazy out here online. So I played with the kids and I got permission from your mother, and say all of that just make it, because it's crazy out here.
Well, I met Jesse and Delilah when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then we basically assisted all 4 of us. So.
6 months is cool.
I always come over.
Yeah. And it's Ava Baroni Combs.
Okay, let's talk about this body. Let's talk about this body camera footage that has everyone talking. The streets claim it was leaked by a police department employee, but no one in the company is admitting to it. You know how it goes. Everyone wants to spill the beans, but no one wants to get caught with the kettle. Now, back to the video, which appears to show some sketchy behavior occurring at one of D's famous parties. You can see Diddy's adopted daughter appearing uncomfortable around older men, and Diddy himself is right there acting like everything is well.
Opinion. I just want to say this before we get started, Art, is that, a lot of people think I came here to bring a black man down. And that's what I hear in the comments a whole lot. But it was nothing like that. A black man didn't cuss a dead man's mother out. A black man didn't set his friends up and put them in a situation where they couldn't come home to their families no more. A black man didn't reach back and help the people that helped them make it up the ladder. It was Puffy. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of Puffy going on different platforms talking about how he loved the people that we was all with, how he loved the people that helped him, when in fact, none of that stuff was true. So my whole thing about it is, man, I appreciate your platform for letting me, voice my opinion. And like I said, opinions like an asshole. Some of these cats out here get paid for their asshole. I get paid to give my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, yeah, you just on here giving your opinion, man. I mean, you was one of the people that was real close to the situation, so why not?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
So with that being said, right, the last interview me and you did was a day after the raid. And when you look at everything now, man, how you feel about everything? It's been like a week, you knowing Diddy, you being around Diddy. Could you ever imagine that his houses would get raided for sex trafficking?
Bruh, you can't imagine no stuff like that. You understand? You can't think that, because back then, he wasn't Brother Love. He was Puffy. All the way up until he became Diddy. So his behavior over the years has changed. And the behavior that he shows now, and that he has shown by being Brother Love, I couldn't imagine that the police would be raiding him for sex trafficking? Nah, bruh. I couldn't imagine that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't him back then. He's a totally different person that he became. If you've seen him on other platforms, inviting men to party with him, inviting men to go shopping with him. You understand? That wasn't Puffy. That wasn't Diddy. That was Brother Love and Love.
How you feel about all the people that's wondering why haven't any of Diddy big name friends came out to defend him?
Because either two things that I believe. Either they know some of the stuff is true, either they took part in some of the stuff that happened.
The cops aren't questioning the legitimacy of the tape. They're just frustrated that it leaked. If it wasn't real, let me assure you that it was on that tape, which is factual. You could be wondering if this is a hoax, and I understand that some trolls are trying to undermine Diddy. If this footage shows Diddy abusing his own adopted daughter for crying aloud in addition to bad behavior at parties, his lawyers would be screaming it from the rooftops. This could mean that Diddy's career or even his freedom is in jeopardy. But first, let's look at why this footage is so important. Beyond what's on it, Diddy has been untouchable for years because of his connections, wealth, and power. The whole package. However, this video is like kryptonite to his Superman persona, and it's not just about Diddy. The whole mess is illuminating some dark corners of the entertainment industry, prompting people to ask questions they never would have asked before. And most importantly, though, is who else might be involved? I know some of you are wondering, but what if it's not real? What if it's all just a big misunderstanding?
See, nobody wants to be in contact with anybody that allegedly was sex trafficking. You see what the WWF did to Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was one of those people that was called for sex trafficking. We don't hear a lot about it because he gave up the company, he did what he was supposed to do, and he became Ghost. But now you see they trying to do the same thing to Puffy. They trying to make him or hip hop the face of sex trafficking, like they was going to do to WWF at one time, because that was a big story. So a lot of his people that know him, a lot of the people that been in those parties and seen probably some unscrupulous shit that went down and was like, ooh, I was there. I hope they don't got me on tape. They feeling a certain way. So they're not gonna speak on nothing until they've been approached with something. You got to realize when Homeland Security get their evidence together, they're going to send agents out. You understand? They might send an agent out to me. Yo, what do you know? What have you heard? What have you seen? What's been going on? You know what I'm saying? You know, did this happen when you was around him? Did this happen back in the day? That's what they're going to want to know. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to send investigators out. They're going to send people out for anybody that they can get some information from to help their case. So those celebrities ain't going to say nothing. You know, you got your man Stevie J speaking on it right now. He'll be one of the first dudes that they'll probably pull to the side and say, yo, well, you say that your man, I heard you on TMZ say that he never did this and he never did that, but ain't this you? If those pictures or those films or anything like that exists, you know what I'm saying? That's what they pay those agents to do. So, of course, I don't believe that none of the people who are his celebrity friends is going to speak or say nothing until they're either contacted.
But allow me to tell you something. Whether this is genuine or not, the damage this video is causing is substantial. The authenticity of the clip is quite different. The streets are buzzing, attorneys are hovering, and Diddy is staying mute. So everyone is wondering what will happen next. One thing is for sure, though, this story isn't going away anytime soon. Some people think the video is too blurry and grainy to be actual police body cam footage. While some individuals are adamant that it's the real deal, let's just be honest for a second. Whether it's true or not, it exists and people are buying into it.
There was a song by the Floaters back in the day that we grew up on. Float, float on. Y'all remember that? And my name is Larry, and I'm a Sagittarius. And I like a woman who loves everything and everybody. That's pretty much what he was doing, y'all. And this young lady was used to doing. I know he had his other kids doing it and saying all of that. But y'all see what he said? Did y'all really catch what he said? He picked me up off the streets. 1 minute, then he goes and say, because I was on the streets, living on the streets. Then the next minute he's telling her, oh no, say your parents' name, you know, your other parents' name. That's the confusion right there, just in those statements. But a billionaire picking up a little white girl off the streets and adopting her and calling her his own to come home and play with my kids? Oh, man. Y'all can't see this is trafficking? Okay, all right. Okay, he just helping out a nice little white girl that needed some, a family. Okay. Okay. Come on, y'all. Y'all smarter than this. Y'all smarter than this. The way that young girl was talking and looking in the camera and all of that, she had did it before. They were doing that. That's how you shop people to pedophiles and people. We know she used the name of a person. Y'all know what they say about people that are Sagittarius. They freaky as a motherfucker, right? So why she said that was her sign. Or Scorpios, Sagittarius and Scorpios, okay, y'all don't know, all right. Oh, man, that's the most damaging thing I done saw to law enforcement. Let them find out her name is on one of those flights out of the country. Why y'all think they subpoenaing everybody that was on that plane and everybody that was traveling with him on planes, and he took her across a state line? Y'all just don't know, man. This trafficking. the sex trafficking. It's crazy. He needs help. He needs help. And like I said, I'm not gonna shit on him just yet, because if there's 1 or 2% chance that he's innocent of all of the accusations that we all making on him on YouTube, all the companies that's making him sell his stocks and disassociating themselves with him. I've been seeing lately a lot of people like Ed Lover and was it my boy Luke and all of them. Benzino, I told y'all about. Y'all heard me say that on Vlad. Has been coming to his defense lately. Floyd Mayweather. Did y'all hear what 50 Cent said about Floyd Mayweather for coming to his defense? I'll tell you that. 50.
Now that everything is in order, let's talk about the girl who lies at the center of this tale. According to the streets, the story has more twists and turns than a roller coaster. How did Diddy's adopted child end up in his world, and who is she? Diddy took this young woman under his wing a few years ago. But here's the thing, there was no big theatrical adoption announcement. Instead, it was all quiet and low-key, which begs the question, why keep it so quiet? Let's go back a little and discuss this girl's challenging upbringing. Although it sounds wonderful, she has survived the entire 9 years of hardships. The big shot Diddy swoops and acts like a hip-hop superhero, saying, "I'm going to give this girl a better life." Imagine this. The pair always smiles for the cameras, but this isn't always how things actually look in shit. Daddy treats her like the most stylish father of the year, showcasing her at events and sharing photos of her on social media. When some things started to stand out, nobody wanted to voice their concerns. For example, why did this girl hang out with all these older men in the industry and attend Diddy's wild parties all the time?
Real quick, man, before we really even get started into this, and it's because something I seen today. This girl, Tiffany Red, she said that she was filing a claim against Diddy, but it touched me crazy, man, because the hurt that I seen in her voice, in her she crying, man, and she worrying about what this dude could do to her and what he has done to her. Man, listen here, I want to let this young lady know, and I know this is not the place for it, brother, but please allow me to say this to her, man. You know what I'm saying? I started this battle long time ago, and the situation is that, bruh, we already won. This was some spiritual that Pop, the spirit of Pop, the spirit of Big, the spirit of Miss Jones, the spirit of Wolf, all the people that he has done wrong, you know, so Black, all the people that he has done wrong, bruh, is coming to light. We already won this spiritual. What we going through right now with these trials and everybody, you know, with this financial situation and everything like that, all that is superficial. That's the physical part of it. The spiritual part of it was won because Big, Pac, Wolf Mother, all the people that he did wrong, bruh, you understand? They already won the battle where we were supposed to win it at. So now we just going through the physical part of it, man. And I want that girl to know, man, that she ain't gotta fear no man. She ain't gotta fear him, nobody else, man. Whenever she needs, you understand? Whenever she needs somebody to travel, to go with her, to make sure she all right, you know, I'm a phone call away, man. I'm a phone call away. And you know, go ahead with your questioning, man. I just had to get that out, man, because that girl touched a lot of people, man, because all she wanted to do was write music, make music, and show her talent and her love to the people, man. And then she got to feel this way, be fearful and scared of her life and stuff like that. Ma, I ain't scared of no man. You understand? I ain't scared of no man. Nobody that got to put their pants on the same way I do.
We're discussing who will call Diddy. We're talking about who will call Diddy out in the end, but with this body cam footage available, it seems like someone has unlocked the door and exposed all the answers to all the questions people were afraid to ask before. Let's also talk about how this is affecting Diddy's family. After all, they must be thinking about it all. It seems like 1 minute you're a part of this big happy family, and the next, it's like a bomb went off. The problem is that no one really knows what goes on behind closed doors. This is a messy, complicated situation that has everyone talking. But what's really interesting is how different people perceive Diddy's path. All those times he talked about family first and being a good father, people are side-eyeing those statements now. It's as if it was all a show. Perhaps this girl saw Diddy as her ticket out of a difficult life, or perhaps she felt trapped, not knowing what to do but follow his wishes. Whatever he wanted.
I actually thought that he put Big in a situation and thought that the individuals who was gonna come to do something to Big would have did something or try to do something to Big. I don't believe, I'm trying not to believe that he had anything to do with Big's death. I think that the people who was trying to kill Puff killed Big.
After that, some time passes, Puff still lives. Are you shocked that, like, he still was able to continue to thrive and grow after so much animosity was being presented towards him?
Well, Puff was built for that. You understand? Puff's mother trained him to be a superstar or in the industry, whether it been a model or a dancer or singer or whatever like that, whatever his talent would have been. So for him to come back from there, I think that he had no other reason. He had to. He had the blueprint. Big had gave him the plan.
Gene, let me ask you, are you surprised that, you know, we're about to have a trial with Tupac's murder, but Biggie's murder is still unsolved, may go unsolved? Are you surprised with that?
No, I'm not surprised because the LAPD has suppressed all the evidence and they know who killed Big already, brother. I have not told a lie. When I tell the people that they had the picture of the Muslim, me and Puff in the same picture, you understand? Walking up to Puff van, but they had his face distorted. They know they got those pictures. The FBI agent, Phil Carson, said he saw the same picture. Then when he went back to review it, the picture was gone.
What will happen to Diddy's adoptive daughter is a question that everyone wants to know. Will she come forward? Will she support Diddy? Or will she completely vanish from the public eye? You have to wonder about the other individuals in DD's circle. Did they notice anything? Did they realize something wasn't right? Your guess is as good as mine, but one thing is for sure, this story is far from ended. Finally, this whole fiasco is shedding light on some very dark areas of the entertainment world. Rumors about who might have known when are running rampant in the streets.
I wrote that in my second book. Exactly what went down during that interview. You got people around here telling lies. This is the guy he picked. No, I done run the tape. The tape will tell you, they asked me, do any of these guys on this photo look like him? And I said, nah. He said, anybody look close like the guy, something like that on this photo? I said, he looks something like him, but it's not him. That's what I said. Anytime you do a lineup and you point somebody out, what do the cops make you do? They make you initial it or sign under the picture. Correct. That you said that. They seen a circle and say, this is the one he picked. No, I didn't. Not one of the detectives who was on that thing said I picked anybody in the lineup. I just said he looks something like him, but it's not him.
Damn. You know, it's crazy because, you know, documentaries come out. I know police has spoken, and it's one of those things to where we might get some, you know, I don't want to say closure, but with KVD coming up, you know, that might open up light to Tupac. I'm just curious. We're about to fast forward to what Diddy got going on. Gene, you started talking about, let's say, a few years ago, about just your life in the industry. Are you concerned about the feds wanting to come sit down and talk to you about, hey, we need you as a character witness about some situation that may have happened back, you know, during your heyday?
some situation back during my heyday.
They want to talk to you about things
You have to be more specific than you are, sir.
Let's get to it. The feds want to ask you certain questions about what you may have seen, and they want you as a character witness to speak on and testify against Diddy.
To testify against Diddy?
Correct.
About what?
About anything you may have seen. I mean, well, no, not even testify yet. They want to bring you in for questioning about what you may have seen. Is that a thing?
What I can say to you, sir, is that being an officer myself, they don't bring you in to question you about what you may have seen. They question you about what they already know you have seen.
That's the feds.
And what you say. You know what I'm saying? So it's no way I would know that. You understand? But what I can tell you is that, can Puff be erratic? Yes, he can. You've seen that. Can he be, does he have a monstrous behavior sometimes? Yes, he have. You've seen that. You understand? Can he be threatening and abusive? Yes, he can. You've seen that. So, bruh, I went on MTV in 99, VH1 in 2001, 2011. Everything that y'all just now hearing, I've been told it to them. I've been said it. They got tapes and they could go back and say, well, he didn't say that, he didn't. They got 5 hours. Y'all getting an hour. They got 5 hours, brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? Both of those places, VH1 and MTV. I was in the Silhouette because I was working still as an officer and I didn't want to lose my job. When Miss Wallace brought me over, Puff told her, I don't know Gene Deal. I told Miss Wallace everything till she was crying and told me to be quiet. She didn't want to hear no more. About the night her son died and what was going down and what I told Puff and what I said to be the whole 9 yards. How I pulled him out the car, all that. So bruh, this is nothing new to me. This is just post-traumatic stress that I constantly live through. And I talk about it to get over it and get me through the night. I'm not a drug abuser. I'm not a drug addict. You understand? I'm not an alcoholic. It's a good thing that I found YouTube and I found certain things other than sitting on a couch.
This is a whole new level of chaos, even though cancel culture was already bad. When I said that this might change everything, I wasn't kidding. Diddy is facing a legal and social storm unlike anything we've ever seen. Let's talk about the law for a second. If the content of that body cam footage is accurate, Diddy could face serious legal issues. We're not just talking about we're talking about potential jail time. Prosecutors are reportedly aiming to make an example of Diddy, but you know what? The court of public opinion might be much tougher than any judge. Fine or slap on the wrist, he can pay with change. Social media is going crazy over this scandal. Let's not overlook Diddy's empire and all of his business endeavors, including his music label, vodka brand, TV show, and other businesses. Sponsors and network who are eager to leave before you can say, bad boy for life. The memes are harsh and icy, as if Diddy's haters are starting to emerge from the shadows. Twitter's fingers are becoming better with time, coming out of the woodwork.
In the bed with Diddy, and nothing happened. I think he was just trying to save face, man.
But do you think it's a possibility that he meant that, Diddy will grope his, butt, instead of anus? I mean, because I'm trying to figure out how does that work, somebody groping your anus.
You're going to say your butt. The lawyer would say, what do you mean? He would say, my butt cheeks. There's a such thing called butt cheeks. Your two cheeks. He said anus. The anus is the asshole. How did he get that far? Lil Rod, you gotta say no to Diddy sometimes. No, that shit ain't funny, man. But you gotta say no.
So from you reading the lawsuit, right, you feel like he had relations with Diddy?
When me being a former investigator, I think Lil Rod was trying to save face on certain things, that he had somewhat of a relationship, or he was doing some things with Diddy that he didn't want to really come out in that fashion, because there's no way that he gonna wake up and his anus is hurting and his genitals is all over the place, and he's in the bed after being drunk or drugged and saying nothing happened. And you think that Diddy gonna be in the bed with 3 other men and nothing happened? It doesn't sound logical.
It feels like you're watching a house of cards slowly come apart, but the truth is that Diddy isn't the only one involved in this mess. Many people have a bad impression of the entertainment industry as a whole, and some are wondering how many other prominent figures are engaging in dubious behavior behind closed doors. They're also wondering if other celebrities who have hung out with Diddy are supporting him. Since many innocent people go down with a ship of this size when it sinks, VR teams across Hollywood have been working nonstop to try and distance their clients from this mess, but nobody wants to be left standing. Employees of Diddy's firms are definitely updating their resumes as we speak, not to mention how this is affecting Diddy's employees.
If we're reading and believing what he said in those papers, if you woke up in bed and you was drunk or intoxicated on ecstasy, on whatever drugs that they put in there, roofied you or whatever, and you not and you not feeling right, something is wrong. Wouldn't you say? Something is wrong. He didn't say we woke up with all my clothes. He said we woke up butt the F naked in those papers. So if he butt naked in those papers, it is what it is.
Right, I got you. But looking at this lawsuit, right, Lil Rod, he alleges that, Diddy, he'll put his hands on him. But, when he'll put his hands on him, he'll disguise it as horseplay. But he felt like Diddy was trying to groom him, in a sense.
Well, with the horseplay situation, I used to see him do that with certain women. You understand? When he was mad, upset, or he was too old for this, but he would do that play fighting shit. You understand? So I can imagine him play fighting with Lil Rod, because a lot of people can say what they want to say about Diddy. He got a knuckle game. He will fight you. You know what I'm saying? You his size, you understand something like that? Around your size, something like that, he would fight you. He had a knuckle game. He wasn't that dude that, like, people try to say he was some old scared ass Nick. Nah, he would fight you. You understand? So I could see with a person like Lil Rod, he probably was roughing him up, grabbing him, groping him, you know what I'm saying? Acting like he playing with him, but he actually want him to do what he want him to do. So, like I said before, that shit he did in the past. So when I read it from Lil Rod, I see he's doing the same shit he's doing in the future.
So he was doing this with females too back then when you was around.
Right. That's how him and Kim got into the fight, and he, play fighting. He used to play fight with the pillows, like the pillow fight, that dumb shit like that. That's kid shit to me. But if that's the way they do, that's the way they do. You understand? He used to do it with Kim all the time.
So the horseplay was his way of grooming you in a sense.
Well, that grooming, that's some new shit. You know what I'm saying? We didn't call it grooming back then. That his horseplay was a way of letting you know I could really hurt you if I wanted to. You get it? I could really hurt you. And that's what that kid probably felt. Yo, why he doing me like that? Oh, he just playing with you. No, he was letting you know, if I turn this up, I could really hurt you.
The absurd thing is that, since this is only the start of the story, more teas will undoubtedly come. Retained information, you can guess what will happen next, but one thing is for sure, the entertainment industry won't be the same after this. It will be like someone turning on the lights at a really shady party, and everyone is now rushing to explain what they were doing in the dark. There are heartbreaking moments ahead that are like peeling off layers that reveal something new and leave you in tears.
Gets you to be submissive to him.
Right. He's letting you know. He's putting into your mind. Listen here, bro. He's trying to put in his mind, we're playing now. But if I really want to turn this shit up on you, it's on. You ain't got no wins. So that kid is feeling, yo, listen here. In his mind, if you read the documents, in his mind, he was so scared that when he went to other people in the camp and said, why did he treat me? Why did he doing this and doing that? They said, oh, he just playing with you because he love you. He like you. He was, no, he was trying to instill that fear in you that he had in you. And he won. Who's obsessed with who?
So you believe Diddy, he only got with Sarah Chapman because Pac, he had her at one point.
And it was a bet in the office. Sarah was messing with an NBA basketball player. Puff bet all the niggas didn't believe that he could get it within 2 weeks. $100. So she actually was a $100 bet that he got.
And who was the NBA player?
I think it was Gary Payton, allegedly. That's what he said. Somebody said, she messed with Gary Payton? I bet you I get it. I bet you I have it within 2 weeks. Me and him and Sarah went to this party in Chicago that he was hosting with the Streets Entertainment. And we went to this store called Cranberry and it's one of those stores like you get fragrance and you get candles, colognes and stuff like that. It's called Cranberry and something. And from that point on, yeah. But you gotta realize, Misa and Kim was friends. Misa and Kim was friends. He started dealing with Kim over Misa. Kim and Sarah was friends. I mean, hand to hand, pots and pans. They was close. They all used to, Sarah, Kim, and this other girl, I think she was from Atlanta. What's her name? It missed me right now. But they all used to hang together. So then he went from Kim to Sarah.
More mess than a toddler eating spaghetti will result from it. I promise you what will happen after this chill. That's the million-dollar question the streets say, and everyone wants to know the answer. Although Diddy's lawyers are making every effort to halt the leaks, you know how things work out. It is impossible to refill a cup of tea once it has spilled. Since the cops are circling and searching everywhere because they smell blood in the water, it is likely that Diddy's adoptive daughter is hiding since she feels bad about the entire thing.